Hey everybody, Joe from Joe of All Trades here, bringing to you another episode of Flick Picks. I'm talking about a film today from 1991 entitled Rush. This is a great film. It's got a great cast, great portrayals by all of the actors. It is an intense crime movie, drug movie. The performances given are really intense, but at the end of the day, it's a great film. I think it's criminally underrated. And if you haven't seen this, and you've seen other movies, Carlito's Way, Blow, movies of that nature, I recommend that you catch this one. So let's jump right into it. It was distributed by MGM. Producer on this is Richard D. Zanuck. His father was a famous producer. He himself was a famous producer. He is known for producing The Sting, which won Best Picture, Jaws, Cocoon, Driving Miss Daisy, that also won Best Picture. Film was written by Pete Dexter. The story was adapted from a novel of the same name by a Kim Wozencraft. And the director is Leigh Zanuck. That's the wife of the producer Richard D. Zanuck. This is the only film that she directed. I think she did a good job. She was also co-producer of films Cocoon and Driving Miss Daisy. It is starring Jason Patric, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Sam Elliott. Jason Patric, I think he's an underrated actor. The performances that he's given across his career, I think, are really good. And I don't think he gets the recognition that he may deserve. Known for The Lost Boys, Sleepers. I thought he was great in that. Speed 2, he unfortunately got stuck with that after Keanu Reeves realized it wasn't a good idea to be in that movie. And then also in Narc, which I think is also a criminally underrated movie, independent film. He starred in it with Ray Liotta. It's going to be covered on Flick Picks. He also plays, undercover narcotics officer. I guess he's good at that because it's a really good film as well. Jennifer Jason Leigh, known for Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Single White Female, Backdraft, and then she also starred in, or not starred, but had a recurring role in Weeds, the Showtime show, again about dealing drugs. Also in support role, Sam Elliott, prolific actor, many roles, known for his voice, known for his being handsome silver fox type guy. The Mask, not the Jim Carrey movie, the Cher movie, Roadhouse, Tombstone, Big Lebowski, Star is Born, The Ranch, 1883. So he's been in a ton of stuff, and well recognized. Another actor in here who does a great role is Max Perlich, Cleveland-born guy, prolific character actor. If you look up his filmography, it's a mile long, and he plays a lot of support parts, character parts, but he's really great, and he's really great in this film. I would consider him what we call that guy, meaning if you see him, you're like, yeah, I know he's an actor. He's been in a ton of stuff, but you may not recognize his name. But anyways, he does do a really, really good job in this film. And then kind of the villain of the film is the one half of the Allman Brothers Band, Greg Allman. And he plays a great 70s bad guy. Can you imagine? But I don't think he's done too many other acting roles. But I think this movie is perfect for him to portray the character that he does. And it's just, once you see the film, you will understand why. So, cool thing about this movie is the music was done by Eric Clapton. He not only did the music, he also did the score and actually performed guitar in the score. So it's super cool to listen to. This film has a fantastic soundtrack. Imagine that, music by Eric Clapton starring Greg Allman, and the soundtrack is good. Who would think it? It's just the bones of this movie, or the structural, foundational structure of the movie is really great from terms of cast, production, music, all of that. And I think the product that comes out, like I said, is criminally underrated. So the budget was $17 million. The box office was $7.2 million, so obviously it didn't even make its money back. I'm sure that this movie, I don't have stats on it, but I'm sure this movie made money back in rentals. Which is the whole point of Flick Picks, is that we're trying to cover these movies that may have not made money at the box office, but they're really good movies with great actors, great performances, and back in the day when there were physical media rentals, DVDs, VHS, a production company or movie house could make money on the back end with rentals, and that's just really not a thing anymore. So movies like this are hard to make, or unless they're direct to video or direct to streaming B movies, where it may have somebody on the poster like Bruce Willis and he's in the movie for 2 minutes. So this isn't that kind of movie. This is a great movie, and let's continue. So basically, synopsis of this is Patric and Jennifer Jason Leigh. They are two undercover narcotics officers in Texas in the mid 70s. Their primary target is Will Gaines, portrayed by Greg Allman, and they have to navigate the local drug scene while they're dealing with their own issues and pressure from the city and the police department as as the movie progresses. Pressure builds to take down Gaines, go after him. So some personal notes I have this. Like I said, Eric Clapton did the music. Eric Clapton, the song "Tears in Heaven" is featured in this. While he didn't write the song for the movie, he wrote it after the passing of his young son. It is included in the film, and when it's played in the movie, it's pretty fitting, and it's a nice touch towards the end of the film, and it's just a cool factor is that such a great song is included in such a movie that doesn't get any real type of recognition. The film itself, this is a very serious, very intense film. The subject matter, it can be hard to watch at some point in time. Like, I don't think it's a huge spoiler, but this movie's about undercover narcotics officers. Drug use is prolific in this film, in dealing with it. So it's a pretty intense film. But I think Jason Patric and Jennifer Jason Leigh do a fantastic job of portraying these police officers that are, working undercover, working on this drug scene, and the issues that come with that. But it's an incredibly compelling film. It really sinks its teeth into this criminal underworld involving drugs, who is involved, who it impacts, how local police handled drug enforcement in the 1970s. And it's just kind of a fascinating concept. My bachelor's degree is in justice studies, so I dealt with learning a lot of law enforcement practices and stuff like that, and just how it delves into they were kind of making it up as they go in the 1970s, and you see that here in this film. I think as we've progressed, in law enforcement theory and stuff like that, undercover officers doing drugs is not exactly what happens anymore. I think I just listened to a podcast on Joe Rogan where there was an undercover FBI agent. He had infiltrated biker gangs and stuff like that, and he would have to do drugs in front of people, every now and again to make sure he didn't get killed. I think for at least local law enforcement, that's obviously not really a practice anymore. But you kind of see how that works and how it impacts the officers, and it's really interesting to watch. Patric, his portrayal of his character, Rayner, he is not a clean cut cop who finds himself in the woes of addiction where it kind of sprung upon him. Rather, he plays a hatchet man. It's like he's the one guy that the cops use because they know he can do his job as law enforcement officer while managing, dealing with his own drug use. his portrayal um, almost gets to a point of being, it's almost like a point of martyrdom. I mean, you kind of think that as you're watching it, almost like this guy is like sacrificing his body, his mental health, so that the local police can obtain, evidence to prosecute drug dealers. But he himself is not like a, uh, flatfoot cop. You never get the impression that he's ever been that, but he is almost sacrificing himself for the better good. And Jason Leigh, she is basically a young, naive recruit along for the ride. And then Sam Elliott plays their supervisor. Um, the game that they play from the start, it's dirty, it's cruel, but the movie progresses, and the character development along the way is just as you see these people go through this lifestyle. It's it's they give incredible performances, and that's why it I keep coming back and watching it, every now and again, because you almost forget how good it is after a while. So you revisit it and realize, like, there's a reason why I keep watching this movie every now and again. So strongly recommend this movie. It's currently streaming on Amazon. It's been there for a while. I think it'll probably stay. It's currently free on Tubi and Pluto. Those are free streaming services if you don't want to pay for anything. But I highly recommend this movie. If if you've watched movies like Carlito's Way, Blow, Scarface, you'll like this movie. I highly recommend it, and it's not a fun watch, but at the end of the day, it's an entertaining watch. So if you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you would like to, please make a recommendation for me in the comments below for any flick picks that you'd like to see in the future. And then also, if you go ahead and watch it, let me know what you thought about it. Leave that in the comments below. We are on YouTube, Spotify, and Instagram. Please follow me, Joe of All Trades. You can find me. Everything is joeofalltrades.content. If you want to email me, it's joeofalltrades.content@gmail.com. And then also we have a Patreon page. If you want to give me money to further progress the channel, I really appreciate it. Feel free to do that. That's also joeofalltrades.content. All right, thanks. Take care.